good evening, everybody. Welcome to Season 2 of the Bracket Up NBA Team Challenge. I am your host, Handy Dandy, Andy Jarek, joined as always by my Bracket Up buddies, the man with the best name in the whole wide world, Mr. Basketball himself, Andy Misek, and Billy White Shoes Johnson as well. He's ready to, he definitely won last year's, so he's ready to defend his title, and he's coming back for round number 2. He's going back to back. You're going back to back, aren't you, Bill?
I'm pretty sure I came in dead last time.
Not in my heart, but hopefully.
I appreciate it.
You're first in our hearts, but unfortunately in basketball you were last.
So
yeah, it was just the playoffs, the whole season now, baby.
Right, it's definitely a little bit different. We're not just picking playoff teams. We're picking 10 teams each, 5 from each conference. So we do have to actually strategize a little bit more than we did last time. Our draft order is going to start with, Andy, Mr. Basketball, then Bill, and then myself. So again, different than last year as well. Bill, before we get started, do you want to take us through how we're going to be figuring out the point totals?
Yes, I have it written down here in my notes app. I wanted to make it a little bit different than how we have the hockey for our listeners, so we can always surprise and delight them. For this season, we're going to have 1 point. You'll get 1 point for every game your team wins in the regular season. So they have like a 53 and whatever record, you get 53 points right off the bat. Then you get points for making a team making the playoffs, and it's in reverse order, including the play-in tournament. So if you are a first seed, your first seed team gets 10 points. If they make the playoff tournament with the 10th seed, then you get 1 point. So
Okay.
kind of works out. Then you get 5 points for every team playoff win. You get 5 points for having the MVP of the season on your team. You get 3 points for every other major award that's listed on NBA.com. That's like Defensive Player of the Year, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Citizenship Award, that sort of thing, the big one. You get points for a player that makes an all-NBA team in reverse order again. So if they make the first team, there's a quick NBA lesson here for you, folks. There's 3 all-NBA teams. So if your guy makes first team all-NBA, you get 3 points. If they make second team, you get 2 points. If they get third team, they make 1 point for you. We are also going to give, kind of at the end of the season, whoever is the technical foul winner, so whoever has the most technical fouls in the season, they win the amount of points that are equal to the amount of technical fouls they made during the season. So if you had someone that came and had like 80, but someone had 81, you don't get nothing. Only the guy that had 81 fouls gets those points. I don't really know exactly how that is super typical for technical fouls, so that could really just completely ruin this game already. You get 1 point for whoever wins the skill contest if they're on your team. And then we're going to do 10 extra points if you call the MVP today. So that's it.
Okay.
Let's get picking.
All right, Andy, it falls to you, and we're doing a snake draft again. So Andy gets the first pick, Bill the second, myself the third and the fourth. Then we go backwards and forwards until we get through all 30 teams. So Andy, the clock is on you.
I'm terrified I'm going to leave Bill with a fantastic team. It might have been beneficial for him not to get the first overall pick. But I know Milwaukee won last year, so I'm going to go with Milwaukee.
That's a good
Honestly, that's a great pick. That's probably what I would have done, because Full disclosure, opening day was yesterday, so at least 2 games are in the books. The Bucks beat the Nets. But again, first game, who knows? Bucks are great. They have Giannis. They have a lot of solid players, really. They won a championship when honestly I've always kind of discounted the Bucks, and last year I think they really kind of proved a lot of people wrong. And they haven't gotten worse. They're, as far as I can tell, their team is still solid. I don't see why they couldn't do it again. I've learned to stop kind of counting out Giannis, and honestly, solid pick. I am going to make my selection, and unfortunately, I will be picking the Nets. They're fun. They got Kevin Durant, probably one of the best players in the NBA now, 1 or 2, who knows. They got Harden, who's also probably 2 or 3. They also have Kyrie Irving, who's currently unable to play because he has refused to get the vaccine, and he is playing in New York, which has the vaccine mandate. So,
oops.
Yeah. So their third best player just can't play. But the Nets are so good that they've gone from a sure thing to still probably pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with picking the Nets next.
Okay. Very nice. Those are probably the top 2 picks that I was thinking of. If I was in either of your positions, I would have went with those 2. Which leaves me the 3rd and the 4th. And so that's already likely the top 2 teams in the East gone. I have work to do. So I can I'm trying to think out loud, take 2 teams in the West, but I also feel like the West is a little bit more of a toss-up right now.
There's 3 teams in the West I see that I would pick, knowing nothing about basketball.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Again, and we all know. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I agree with Jarek. I don't know really what the best route is for you.
There don't seem to be any clear favorites in the West. So, with that, I think I'm going to go with the Utah Jazz as pick number 1. Let's see, Utah. Donovan Mitchell's back. He's damn good. They underperformed in the playoffs, obviously, but he was hurt. I know that's a bunch of ifs, but I think they've got a pretty good shot, at least to be a playoff team again and to collect a bunch of wins. And now comes another tough decision. I have no idea. So I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. LeBron's still fantastic. Russell Westbrook currently leads the league in technical fouls with 1. I don't know. They've got him and Anthony Davis and LeBron. Like, on paper, that sounds like a team that
I think there's definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a solid pick. Yeah, they're an older roster. I think the youngest guy might be Anthony Davis. And
Right.
He's at least 30 something.
I think he's got to be right around there. That's not good.
But you got LeBron. It's LeBron. LeBron James is still LeBron James. I think there's a lot of questions about the fit with Russell Westbrook.
Sure.
There's going to be some spacing issues, and he's not like the best shooter, but he's good. Like usually, I think everyone's kind of noticed he sucks for a couple months. Then he flip some switch around January and he's like the best player in the NBA for a solid few months.
Right.
So then the playoffs hit and kind of sucks again. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It will be interesting to see how that Lakers team kind of coalesces together into a unit.
yeah, this could end up being a good pick or one that should have waited at least till the next time I pick. Who knows? Well, it's back to you, Bill.
Yeah, and it's a hard choice. I feel like I want to go to the West now, and I am going to. I don't see why the Suns would take a step back. I think it was not a fluke that they made it to the finals last year. They're a great team. I think they got a little lucky with injuries on other teams, but I don't see them taking a big step back at all. So I think they're a solid choice for the 1, 2, or 3 seed in the West. I'm gonna go with the Suns. We'll see how it plays out with Ayton, because their owner's kind of been a cheapskate. He was looking for his max extension. And, you know, they made the finals. Really good. He sacrifices a lot of his game, I think, to help the others. I don't know. I feel like they're paying a lot of people, and for some reason they're just not paying their star center that can do 20 and 10 games if he wanted to, but he's, you know, sacrificing for the team. And we'll see. I don't know. There's a little. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with that pick. I'm going with the Suns.
Yeah, agreed. There's friction there. Like Ayton's like 23, right? He's played like 3 seasons, maybe.
Young, and this would be his rookie max extension.
Right. So like, he's a franchise player essentially. Give the guy his fucking money.
I agree. I think he's fully capable of putting up bigger numbers than what he does, because he sacrifices so much of his game for the team to help them. You know, build up. Oh God, I can't think of his name. Booker and
Devin
Chris.
Booker. Right.
So he takes a step back, but he's still a phenomenal player. I don't know.
Strange stuff in Phoenix,
Andy,
but
we're up.
yeah, good pick, Bill. Can't hear you, Andy. There we go.
Muted. Well, fuck. The Suns and the Jazz were the 2 teams I was hoping would slide through. I remember the 76ers being a 1st seed last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the route I'm going to go with my first pick. And now comes... What?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your next pick. We can talk after.
And this is where I fear 6 teams in, where I'm going to give Bill a good roster. I need to think. Is Milwaukee? No, I got Milwaukee. Yikes. The West. I don't like any of you. You know what? The Nuggets were also a top 3 seed last year, were they not? I was gonna go with, okay, full disclosure, I planned on going with Miami. That would put me 3 deep in the East, and it feels like the West is a much weaker division, and if I don't pick a team now, I'm gonna get stuck with bottom feeders. So I feel like Denver is my safest pick. So I'm going with 76ers and the Nuggets.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Nuggets, I think, will make the playoffs. Yeah, they're going to be a solid team this year. They're going to do fine. I think Jamal Murray's out for some of the season, but I'm assuming he'll be back, and he should be able to. They should chug along nicely by the time the playoffs come. 76ers are having some drama right now.
Oh, fuck.
Just so you know. They're not bad. So they have a point guard last year, Ben Simmons. He's probably their second best player. Very good, defensive, awesome. He can't shoot at all, and he seems to be afraid of the ball. And Philadelphia, as you know, being a hockey fan, is kind of a rough town, right? Not the nicest audience. They can be.
I mean, if we're
When
talking
they have
hockey,
someone that is not playing to their expectations or is playing afraid, they usually kind of get eaten alive. He kind of passed up just in the playoffs last year. He had an open dunk and just passed it off, and they kind of fell apart there. They lost. And then it's just gotten worse and worse. He demanded a trade, and they were like, no.
no.
They keep asking for like really, really, really awesome packages for the guy, and no one's biting. So they are stuck with a guy that doesn't want to play, who's trying to sit out the season, who's been kicked out of practices because he's not trying. It's fun to read about. It's like a soap opera. There's a lot of stuff like he didn't put his hand in the team huddle the other day, so those sort of news stories. It's great. I mean, if they can trade him and get a decent package, the 76ers can do fine. I think they can hopefully put something together. If he's there for the whole, I don't know. I don't think Philadelphia is going to let him into the build. He's already been suspended for the first home game, or the first game of their season. So we'll see what happens in their home opener. I don't know.
They were a first seed last year.
Yeah, they're a good team. Embiid's a great player. Ben Simmons is.
And no wonder Philadelphia hates this clown.
Oh yeah, Philadelphia fucking hates him.
I hope they treat him like they treat every goalie who's played for the Flyers in the last 15 years. Not good.
Honestly, it's a lot worse.
Good.
I think he's probably just not allowed in Philadelphia anytime soon. Am I up?
Yes.
All right, what team did I leave, Bill?
I don't know. I think all the super obvious choices are picked. So I'm going to go with the Atlanta Hawks.
Also, a team I was considering.
Okay.
I just like Trae Young. I hope he. It's more of a wishful thinking. I mean, last year could have been kind of a fluke, but I'm a big fan of his. He's just fun to watch. So I'll reach for them and hope for the best.
I gotcha. All right. I need somebody from the East. Half the good teams are gone. Fuck it. I'll go on a flyer. I'll take the Bulls. I'll take the Chicago Bulls.
Damn it, that was on my list.
I think they're going to overperform. I think they're going to be right around that 4 or 5 seed. They've got so many good pieces.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all comes together. I think they could be a really good regular season team for sure.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe they'll do good in playoffs. They're going to be really fun, I think, and I think a lot of people have some high expectations for them. So.
Yeah, like I don't think they're going to win a title or anything, but I think they're at least a second round of the playoffs, maybe sneak into the conference finals with some luck. Who knows? Sort of
That
thing.
would be awesome.
It would
love
be.
to see that.
we're all Chicago fans, so yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Pick number 2.
It's just fun.
Pick number two. All right. The Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson is back. Klay Thompson is damn good. Steph Curry is still damn good.
He will be back.
Klay isn't back yet?
No.
Shit.
He'll be back, though. He should be back in a few weeks, few months, I don't know. He'll be back soon.
Okay, that's fine. Fine by me. They can shoot basketball.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be right on track. I mean, Jordan Poole seems to be taking a big step forward. He might be most improved player of the year. Or was he? He might. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's doing great. He's fun.
They won yesterday.
Yeah.
They beat my other team in the West.
I think it's a solid pick.
Well, who knows?
Probably would have been my next pick.
All right, well, it's up to you anyway. Go ahead, Bill.
We have 2 in the East and 1 in the West.
Yes. We have Brooklyn and the Hawks in the East and Suns in the West.
Okay.
Jarek's got 3 in the West already.
Ooh.
His East team is the Bulls.
I'm gonna go someone in the West then. How bad can the Clippers be this year? Are they worth it? Probably not.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Who else in the West? This is a hard choice. The West is already getting kind of dried up.
Jarek took them all.
I'm gonna go with the Mavericks. I think they're still maybe a few years away from finding a groove, like a real solid unit that fits well. But Luka is tearing through the league, so they're not gonna suck unless he gets injured. They're at least going to make the playoffs, so I don't know. I think that's an okay pick. I'm going to go with the Mavericks.
And you've got a great MVP candidate. He's likely going to be on the NBA first team.
I didn't think about that. That's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be in contention for it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. All right, Andy, you've got a couple.
I was set on taking the Clippers because I remember when Jarek took the Clippers and you guys were, oh, what a good pick, what a sleeper. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you're like, are the Clippers worth it? Nah, and I'm like, oh.
Well, their big thing is Kawhi Leonard's out for a while.
See, I was between the Mavericks and the Clippers, and I was like, I'll just take the Clippers, and then you're like, oh, not the Clippers, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll take the Mavericks. And then you took the Mavericks.
I mean, I think the Clippers
might be the best West team left.
I think he'll come back by the end of the year. He's super weird with injuries, though. Like, he sat out for a long time and just kind of kept sitting out, I think, on the Spurs.
He Derrick Rose did, huh?
Wow. Well, no, because Derrick Rose didn't have knees.
Yeah, well.
There's just a hole where both his knees were. Kawhi Leonard, it's a lot. Oh, I don't know. He has like a weird condition. He sits out a lot of games. Like he does like the alt. He'll play a game then like sit out. That was how it was in Toronto and it worked out. I forget what it's like. I forget what they call it, but it might be a lot of that. It might just be a wasted season for them. I don't know. But I think he could come back. It could all go very well. Paul George is going to have a great year, probably. He could be a good MVP. Honestly, he could be an MVP candidate.
I'm looking, though, who in the West would I, like, no one is like, okay, I'll just take the Clippers, fuck it.
Okay.
And then I said last round I was going to take Miami. Might as well take them now. Butler's on that team. I like
Yeah.
Butler.
Also, a little surprised they dropped this far. It's a good pick.
Yeah, I seem to remember the Heat having a pretty decent roster.
And they added to it. They have Lowry, previously on the Raptors. He's just good at making everyone else better.
I like that. That's a lot of like words I like to hear.
Yeah, he's very good.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Back to you, Bill.
I keep forgetting it's me now. So I'm 2-2.
Yes.
Let's go with the Celtics for whatever reason, because they're always seemingly near the top of the East, no matter what. New coach this year, though, so who knows?
So who knows?
All
All
right.
right, Jarek with 2.
Yeah, I've got a couple here. I know I don't have much left in the East that's playoff contendable, I guess.
Yeah, you got 1 in the East as well, so
Yeah,
might be advantageous to take 2.
maybe. At least advantageous to take 1.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to take the New York Knicks. I do not know if they'll be able to have another like cool Cinderella season that they kind of came out of nowhere like last year. I fucking love Kemba Walker. He's great. I don't know.
Always liked him.
Yeah, Kemba Walker is awesome. I don't know. It could be solid. Who knows? And then the next pick, I am going to take the Memphis Grizzlies in the West. John Morant, also awesome. Jalen Jackson, awesome. I think they could be a like a 4 or 5 seed potentially in the West as well.
You know, I don't disagree. I don't think people have them that high. They probably are projected like maybe like 7 or 8, but
Yeah,
I
it could
think
be.
I think they surprise a lot of people. I think they can do. They're a solid team. I don't see why not.
And I mean, when I look at all the West teams that we picked already, we're right around like the 7-8 mark. So it's kind of, to me, it's their time to get picked. So who knows? Back to you, Bill.
Okay. Now it's starting to get.
Yeah.
Hope the Trailblazers make a cool trade and get Lillard some help. If he's on the team, they should make the playoffs. If they blow it up, which they can totally do, they might, they could trade him away. Who knows? But I'm pretty, I think they're my next pick. Trailblazers.
Any team that has an MVP candidate cannot be a bad pick. Like, he's going to make one of those top NBA teams, all NBA teams. Like,
yeah. It's my only thought is if they end up if he wants out of the Blazers, he could demand it. I could totally see that happening. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm okay with picking it.
Okay.
I'm shooting in the dark now, by the way.
My man.
This is where it gets murky, so that's totally fine.
All right, without any reason, I'm going to pick the Pacers.
Okay.
And someone out of the West. But I know a lot of these teams are pretty trash. Oh boy. Did Houston make the playoffs last year? No. They didn't. I feel like the Kings are always trash. So I won't pick them.
I think they have the second longest playoff drought.
Then my intuitions were correct.
Besides the Mariners, maybe?
Minnesota. I don't know anything about Minnesota. I feel like that's not a good pick. if I don't know even a little bit. Ugh, God, I have no idea. I gotta pick someone in the West eventually, but I'm gravitating back to the East because I don't like what I'm seeing here.
You don't have to pick someone in the West. You've still got one more East pick.
Yeah, which I will use it to take Toronto. They won a couple years ago. How much worse could they be? They'll tell me how much worse they could be.
Well, they don't have Lowry anymore, so.
I know that, but I mean, like, they had to done
They're
something.
not- I think they're going to be a lot better than last year. I think they'll be knocking on the playoff door.
Oh, knocking on the door, huh?
I think they'll be in like the play-in tournament. I think that's certainly a possibility.
The problem with continuing the pick in the East, though, is the East sounds like it's a bigger, like, you know who's in, kind of. Where I could throw a dart probably at the West and just hit blindly.
This is a year where it's kind of a little murky. I think, like the first top five, 3 or 4 or 5 teams, and then, I mean, generally speaking, the West is more stacked. But that also means that there's good teams that get left out. So, I don't know. It's hard. I think it's a little bit more balanced this year, maybe.
Trying to go the hockey route where some dog shit team finds their way into the conference finals. How about Montreal?
As a fan, that's
No
fun.
Montreal.
Like, these are the seasons that I like where there isn't necessarily a clear, absolute favorite monster team to look out for.
No, I agree with that.
Mhm.
It is fun to watch
And
Montreal make it
there
to the
was
playoffs.
until Irving,
Right.
sorry, decided not to be vaccinated for COVID. So, yeah.
Just for the record, Montreal Canadiens make the Cup final last year. They haven't won a game yet. They're 0-4 and getting just throttled by every team they play.
Good. Because I picked them, I think.
Did you?
I
You
believe
did.
Probably.
And you picked them late. I thought that was such a good pick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to-
It's early. They
Sorry
can
to
turn
break the
it
bad
around.
news that Montreal and the Coyotes are getting absolutely stomped by every team. I hate to break it to you, but Seattle is as well. Your pick, Bill.
I'm gonna go with the
Kings.
what? Can you just tell me the numbers of what I have? Is it 3 in the
Three.
East, 4 in the West?
You are 3 in the East, 3 in the West.
Okay, even. This might be a bit of a reach, but I read something the other day that makes me think it could be time. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves.
Oh, you dog. I wanted them. I wanted them bad.
I almost picked them.
I just read an article, an interview that Karl Anthony Towns was saying that before every game he watches a video of 2 gorillas fighting to the death to pump him up, which is insane behavior, but that's what you need to succeed in the league, I think. I mean, that's seriously the funniest thing I've ever tried. I'm sold on them.
Good stuff. Because he's back in full swing this year. I know he was dealing with all sorts of, not that he had COVID, but a lot of his family members had COVID. Didn't he lose like a grandmother to it?
His mother. He lost his mother. And yeah, I think a lot of it was really sad.
I'll tell that to Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, he don't care.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what it is.
if Kyrie ever does get vaccinated, look forward to the Minnesota-Brooklyn matchup.
It's gonna be.
All right. So Timberwolves for Bill, and that rounds out your West. You've got, or no, sorry, it doesn't round out your West. You've got 4. I misspoke. All right, it moves to me, and I've got 2 picks right now. Oh lordy, this sucks. This just sucks. Nothing feels good to me at this point. But I think I will take the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah. That was going to be my next pick. I think they could squeak in.
Maybe. I love Gordon Hayward. I think he's damn good. He's a good leader.
Cute, too.
Cute, too.
Nice.
Other than that, I'm not super familiar with the intricacies of the Charlotte Hornets. So, yeah, they might sneak in somewhere. But
owned by Michael Jordan, and that's fun.
Right. That's true. All right, I've got one more. I've got 4 in the West, 3 in the East. I finish out the West. But if I did, who do I finish out the West with?
What garbage do you leave me with? Because I need to make 3 picks in the West.
I mean, Sacramento, we already said they suck. The Pelicans are already missing Zion Williamson for a little bit, and he's their best player. Oh, God, the Spurs are ass. The Rockets are ass. The Thunder is ass. There's just a whole lot of like teams that are going to go 25 and like 40, 49 or something.
But what team is going to eke you out a couple extra W's?
I don't fucking know. I have no clue.
Zion could come back. I think he'll come back this year, for sure. It's just when. is the
Right.
thing.
How? Sorry.
He's looking thick.
Yes. He's a
Big
big
boy.
boy.
Is OKC terrible? I feel like they're always terrible, and then they have like one good year, and then they go back to being trash.
They were really good for a while, and then they messed up a lot.
I'm talking about the last like 5-ish years. Maybe like a little more than that. They've been pretty bad for a little bit.
They were surprisingly good. This is not going to. I really would doubt. They're probably going to be a bottom team.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'll move this along and just cry deeply as I take the Cleveland Cavaliers.
There's not. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
No, I don't.
I like Sexton. He's fun.
Yeah, Alan Sexton's a good player.
Jared Allen's fun.
Wow, you've managed to be even 4 for 4, so you got to take 1 East and 1 West. Jarek?
Yeah, next time. But all right, back to Bill. You've got 4 West and 3 East.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, the Hornets was pretty much my last hope of playoff teams, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go because I think Popovich is going to make it. I mean, the Spurs I don't think are going to be good, but they're going to squeak out wins that they shouldn't. So I think I'm going to go with the Spurs. I love the Spurs.
Right.
What team?
But my West is done.
Sure.
What's
Yeah.
up?
What team was Zion Williams on again?
Pelicans.
Pelican.
I'll take the Pelicans.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what?
If he comes back and doesn't blow out his knees or break his foot again, his biggest enemy is probably the gumbo in New Orleans.
So at this point, like, it's just shooting in the dark, right? Like, nothing here matters.
He is. If he can stay healthy, he is a great player, and he will make them playoff contenders. It just depends on if he can come back
But I'm talking about what's left in the West here, because I can only pick in the West. It's just crap, correct?
Okay, so your options are the
Thunder,
Kings,
the Kings.
the Thunder, the Rockets.
And the Kings.
I think that's it. The Kings, Thunder, and Rockets.
Right.
So garbage.
Yeah, that's all trash. I honestly don't know what.
You know what?
is
We
worth
sat
picking.
here and talked mad shit about the Kings, or at least I think we did. So I'm gonna pick the Kings. I like what they're doing in LA for hockey. You know.
Oh,
Wait.
it's not. It's Sacramento. If that changes things.
No, I mean they're both California Kings, and you know I like what LA's doing, so I like what Sacramento's doing.
Yeah, probably that was your best choice of the three.
And I picked it based
Pretty
on
good.
hockey. Sure. Also, I have both Kings. I have LA and the hockey one as well.
True.
We'll see who's the king of kings.
Well, LA had a really good start, and I'm gonna hedge my bets and say Sacramento is not.
I have no. I mean, today's the first day of like games. So I don't know who they played if they played today.
All right, Bill, we move to you. You
You're
got to
beating
go.
the Trailblazers by 7.
Oh, I have to pick the East teams, don't I?
Yes.
Which are just the Pistons and Magic. Is that it? Wizards.
Hey, and the Wizards, yeah.
I will go with the Wizards then. Bradley Beal is
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty
a
good.
player. Yeah.
Washington Wizards for Bill in the East. All right, so then move to me, and I've got a couple. So I need one of each, as this is the last time I get to pick. All right, I will start, since it doesn't matter in what order, with the Houston Rockets. In the West, I think Jalen Green has a shot at Rookie of the Year. And that's all I can tell you about Houston.
Yeah.
But I think he's one of the top rookies, and that's all I've got. Ah, boy. Wow, that's a bad team.
Yeah.
Oh, that leaves me with the Thunder then, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so my other
Well-
pick has got to be in the East, and I'm going to take the Orlando Magic. 'Cause I don't want them Pistons, baby. No, sir.
And Bill gets the
Let's hit
Pistons.
Hey,
So, yeah. So Bill gets the Detroit
all right
Pistons,
with that.
and that means Andy ends up with Oklahoma
OKC.
City in the West. Okay.
Hey, they can. Yeah, they're gonna be rough this year, buddy.
I'll have
Let's start
you,
with the Pistons.
I'll have you know that the Kings are beating the Trailblazers right now. Very early.
Was it 7-0?
39-35, but it was 37-30, like not even a minute ago. I'm not happy with how quick this is falling.
Yeah. Scoring goes a little quicker than hockey.
Just a tad.
It's a
Although
joy.
not the way Arizona's been playing. Let me tell you. Carter.
I like how they're doing an open strategy for the season.
Can you say that again?
Bill.
Oh, I like how they're doing an open net strategy for the season.
They might as well. Holy shit, Carter Hutton's so fucking bad as a goalie.
Now his name's Carl.
Hold on. His save percentage in 3 games, which, not a big sample size, but big enough for a veteran goalie to have better than a 702 save percentage and an 8.75 goals against.
Well, maybe they'll pull him and his replacement won't suck.
That's your only hope.
if you laced me up to all corners of the goal like a starfish, like Millhouse, I could probably give up less than 8 3/4 goals a game.
I would hope so.
I mean,
Their backup goalie is some 25-year-old kid I've never heard of.
He's probably going to be a future Hall of Famer.
That's what Arizona would need to be. They would need a future Hall of Famer to make them not like a team that wins 25 games, which is rare in the NHL.
That's going to be my hope for the season.
I think what I'm most
He turns out to be the best goalie ever, all time.
I think what I'm really excited for this NBA season is that our point totals are going to be in like the thousands.
Yeah, I love Bill's scoring system.
It's going to be so ridiculous. Which, it's more. I think it's fun.
I love it.
I am super.
Oh, we have to call our MVPs.
I want that guy who's on Minnesota.
Carl
The
Anthony
gorilla
Towns.
guy?
You said his name. You said his name already, Bill. What was it?
Carl Anthony Towns, the guy that watches
No.
gorillas fight.
No. I'm sorry, Milwaukee. I said Minnesota.
Oh,
Milwaukee.
Giannis?
Giannis. I want Giannis.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Good pick.
Bill,
That's the GANN guy. Like his name is GIAA, whatever. Yeah. That's who I want.
Yeah. I think it's pronounced Giannis.
I think you're right, but I just wanted to double check.
I've heard his last name. I'm not even going to try to do it.
Yeah, it's something with an A and it's real long. That's why when you kept saying Giannis, I'm like, that's who I want.
Yeah, I know it. I just I would butcher it. I don't want to disrespect him like that. Well, I guess if we're going in draft order, it would be me.
Sure.
I mean, you can pick the same guy. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, right. Points are points.
It's just, yeah. Who do I want to go with?
Jarek's gonna be like, I want Giannis. I don't know what Bill's thinking.
I mean, Jarek, if you know, you could pick.
I was just going to go with Kevin Durant,
It's a good pick.
which
I think also on the team, and I feel like they could almost cancel each other out, which is the downside of having two of the best players on the same team. Is their seasons aren't as super magical. Who do I go with? Just to make it fun, I'm going to go with Harden.
okay. All right.
Which is exactly what the same argument applies to me. I like him more. I don't know why. The beard, probably.
Sure. Is that why you grew yours out and you wanted the James Harden beard?
Yeah, I want people to mistake me for him. I just have to be 6'6" next week.
Congratulations on that growth spurt in your 30s.
I hope so. Every day I pray that I shoot up to 7 feet so I can ride the bench for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Apparently, from what I'm getting out of this, anyone could ride the bench for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. It's not going to be good.
Their sixth man will be the fan appreciation seat.
Making that sweet, sweet league minimum, baby.
Isn't that an award, best
Well,
sixth
that's-
man?
Yep.
Yes, that is
That's what I thought. That's such a cool award.
like yeah.
I'd
Best
love like the
bench
NHL
player.
to do something like that, like best backup goalie award.
Best fourth liner.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. They don't, because they're a bunch of sticklers in the NHL and don't know what fun is.
Oh well. All right.
NBA is all about fun.
I can tell.
Anything else before we wrap this up?
You look more confident than I thought I would going into this.
Okay. it's easy to feel confident when you've got the defending champs who are just as good as they were last year. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna do good.
okie dokie then.
I think. Yeah.
Sweet deal. All right, real quick, as we did with hockey, we'll run down everybody's teams very quickly. Andy, the first pick, has the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Miami Heat, the Indiana Pacers, the Toronto Raptors, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Sacramento Kings, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bill has got the Brooklyn Nets, the Phoenix Suns, the Atlanta Hawks, the Dallas Mavericks, the Boston Celtics, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the San Antonio Spurs, the Washington Wizards, and the Detroit Pistons. I've got the Utah Jazz, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Chicago Bulls, the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Charlotte Hornets, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Houston Rockets, and the Orlando Magic. Beautiful. That was so much talking. All right, though. We're going to wrap this up. We'll be back with everybody else with probably a quarter season update or so in a month and a half, kind of. We'll see how everybody's been doing, if there's any front runners, injuries, trades, etc., all that good gossip that happens over the course of the season. So for Mr. Basketball himself, Andy Mysek, for the James Harden lookalike, Bill Johnson, I am Handy Dandy Andy Jarek. We will see you very soon on Bracket Up. Have a good night, everybody.